I just want to say it's great. Tomorrow will be our first non-conference game. I know last game was an exhibition at home. Tomorrow we're looking forward to playing against Appalachian State. We're looking forward to the matchup. I know our fans are super excited to get a chance to see our players compete at a high level. I know the players are pumped. Looking forward to a packed crowd. So it's always good to be at home playing against a team where you feel like not only the students are there, but all the fans filling the house, giving the support that you've been looking for all year long. So our players are working extremely hard in practice. Looking forward to tomorrow's matchup. I think it was helpful if I take this minute out.
Juwan, after Friday's game, you mentioned that you were going to go home, do a lot of thinking about the game. Talked about even waking up in the middle of the night at times. Now that you've had some time to reflect on it, what are some of your impressions head coaching at the college level, even if it was in an exhibition setting?
It's fun, man. It's really exciting to see the energy. Yes, of course, being at home at Chrysler, but I know whenever we go on the road, just having fans go against you and root for their team. But overall, I really enjoyed this college experience, and I think it's going to be a really exciting time for not only myself but for our players moving forward.
Are there any specific moments from Friday that stuck out?
Yes, it is. What I recall was when we had that drought, and the team came back, and I think they cut the lead to 4. And just to watch the adversity that we went through, and looking at everyone's body language, no one was rattled. We looked very calm. We looked like a connected team that was together. I think that was a true test as far as how to get yourself out of that rut. I think we did a really good job of it. And I was proud of our guys for it.
That rut was 7 minutes without a field goal. Isaiah was the one who broke you guys out of it with the 3 from the wing. Do you feel like he's the guy right now, especially with Franz on the shelf?
Isaiah had a really good team. Really good team. A really good game. I'm very proud of him, how he competed. Made some good shots. Really good possessions out there on the floor where he did some really good offensive stuff. Made some tough shots. Shot well from the 3. Got out in transition. Finished well at the basket. Defensively, it was an average game for him. He owned it. Right now, as we speak, he's trying to be that defensive leader, two-way player that we have asked of him, and I think he's going to have a really good year.
On your right side with Andrew.
Juwan, Appalachian State has a new head coach. I don't think they played an exhibition game. How are you going about scouting them?
It's tough. It's tough to scout against a team that hasn't played. I know they've had a scrimmage. They didn't give us the tape. I understand where they're coming from. They're keeping it in-house. But it's going to be a big surprise. But we have to prepare just like how we prepare against any opponent. We got to go out there and do what we do defensively, get active, be aggressive, but also be smart. Try to limit the fouls, try to keep them off the free throw line, try to limit their open shots as well as protect the paint. From last year, I know their coach, he coached last season at Presbyterian. So looking at some of the matchups that he had last year at Presbyterian with some of his opponents has been helpful, but it's not an accurate indication as far as what we to expect tomorrow.
And do you guys have captains?
We haven't discussed captains yet.
Down in front with Austin.
You mentioned on Friday that interior defense was one area you'd like to see get a little better. Have you been happy with the way the guys have responded in that area ever since?
I've been very happy overall with just how our guys have responded to practices. I've been happy with how they responded coming off of an off day and having practice the next day. They've been very professional and responsible, taking care of their bodies, but then coming into a practice after off day, as a coach, you're concerned because sometimes your rhythm is off. You're worried about players and their level of focus, but our guys have been very businesslike throughout the process, and I trust our players on how they approach each and every game and also each and every practice.
On your right with Orion?
Going back to Friday night, what was the biggest adjustment you found yourself making as a first-time head coach? And even going back to the Detroit scrimmage before that?
Well, going back to Detroit scrimmage, they played against a lot of zone. In the NBA, you don't see a ton of zone, but you do see some. I know in the collegiate level, just with Detroit, they played a 1-3-1. So there was some good adjustments, good reps that, as a coach, that I had to learn on the fly, coach on the fly, and it was great reps for me. And I think we got better with it. Versus Saginaw Valley State, they played 1-2-2 on a three-court setting, as well as a 2-3 zone. So it was good to face a 2-3 zone, which we practiced it and we was prepared for it. I expect tomorrow we may see some 3-2 zone and possibly some 2-3. But preparation is big with us, and we want to make sure that we're not surprised by anything.
And then with tomorrow's game, how important is it just in terms of gelling as a team for those bigger non-conference games later this month in December?
Well, every game is important to us. But we take it game by game, day by day. We're not looking to pass tomorrow. Tuesday, we locked in on that. It's a big day of game prep. Tomorrow we'll come in, we'll prep more for Appalachian State, and be ready to play the game.
James?
Juwan, tomorrow night's going to be the first night you guys will kind of be on TV, and it'll be a lot of college basketball fans will be seeing you guys for the first time. I guess, what type of impression do you hope you guys make on college basketball world and other fans?
Well, our identity is we play together, we play hard, we play for one another. That is the type of spirit and energy that I want to see our guys display tomorrow. I trust that they will be prepared, they will understand the game plan, and we will have great carryover.
And looking back at the exhibition you guys had, it seemed like a lot of your shots were from three-point range or around the basket. I don't know if that's just how the game played out, or if that's like a shot spectrum you kind of emphasized. Is that where you want all your shots coming from, either three or near the basket?
Well, we shot 31 threes. And I looked at the game, I was like, wow, I didn't know we put up that many. But all I recall was we had, in the first half, 16 possessions where it was one pass and shot. So we have to improve in that area. I didn't like the fact that we did not do a good job of sharing the basketball, or we did not get enough ball movement. But sometimes defenses give you that chance to, you have a moment of, you open at one point and then you look up, that window closes right away. So it's part of reading the game, reading timing possession and situations where you look up and you're like, wow, I got an open shot, but then you have in your peripheral to your left, your teammate is wide open. So sometimes you have to pass up a good shot for a better shot. And I think in the second half we made that adjustment and we did a better job of moving the basketball.
Zach?
Just for clarification, it's 31. When you say it's a lot, are you okay with that number? Do you want it to be lower? Are you telling them to maybe not so much?
Well, I want our guys to pretty much take the open shot. And it may be open three. If it is, I don't want guys to pass up open shots. Whether it's open two, take the open two. But it's more like read the game. You got to read time and possessions. And we'll get better in that area. It's part of, you watch film. Film is some of the best teaching when it comes to basketball. Some guys are visual learners. Some guys have high IQs. And, those who are visual learners, we have film that's available to see, because sometimes you're out there, you're competing, and your adrenaline is flowing, and the crowd is out there, and you have the lights on. I always call it, when the lights is on, the popcorn is popping. Sometimes we have to take a deep breath, exhale, and now just allow the game to flow and let it come to you. We had some guys that hadn't played in a long time, and it was their first time playing, and I get it. I was once them too. Hey, you're adrenaline pumping. You want to have your best version. You want to have your best game, and you want to make sure that you give your home fans something special to cheer for.
Do you think this team is outside shooting a strength, or is that something that might have to occur over the course of the season?
No, outside shooting is definitely a strength for us. We worked a lot in the summertime. We also worked a lot in preseason on our shooting. We have some really good shooters that do a very good job of knocking down shots. I trust our guys who have put up those shots that some, yes, they missed, but I welcome them to shoot it again. And I trust that it will go in.
Right.
I know in the past you've spoke a lot about the adjustment required in recruiting. I'm just curious how that transition has gone with the early signing period approaching.
It's been good. You know, we're still grinding, plugging away. There's some guys out there who we've offered to, and we in the running. Hunter Dickerson is one. Moses Moody is the other. Namari Burnett. I don't know if I should be mentioning.
You should not.
Shucks. That's one of the NCAA rules I have to really get to understand. I learned throughout this process. That's a part of the college coaching that's different from the NBA coaching, but no excuses. I will learn these rules.
Max?
What will the next 24 hours look like for you guys and your team, and what kind of expectation do you hope to set around day before and day
Can you
of?
repeat that question, please?
Yeah, what will the next 24 hours look like for you and your team, and what kind of expectation do you hope to set about game preparation the day of and day before?
Well, we have a practice today, and we're looking forward to getting into practice and getting some good work in, building on our offense, preparing defensively for App State. I'm sure that the guys are going to come in so focused and ready to go because they're excited about tomorrow, and so am I.
Sky?
What's it like right now in your head, just thinking that tomorrow's gonna be your first game as head coach at the University of Michigan?
Well, like on Friday, that was like my first game really as the head coach of the University of Michigan. I don't know how you guys take it. Some people look at it, an exhibition as a game that doesn't count. But for me and how we planned and how we plan in the season, every game counts. Tomorrow, yes, it's going to be a game where it's going to be a packed house, I assume, because of, yes, it's the bobblehead night of my bobblehead. So that's going to be funny. But I know the energy is going to be beautiful in the building. But as a former player and now as a coach here at Chrysler, to see a crowd that's going to come out tomorrow night, cheer for us, I'm excited about that opportunity.
What are your expectations for this team this season?
Well, I have high expectations for this team, high goals. Our team has, goals to be a winning team, a team that's going to compete. Our goal is to do well in the Big Ten and try to win the Big Ten tournament. Also, NCAA championship. Our goal is to win. I can't come here and tell you that, we just want to try to play average basketball. We want to win. That's what we do. That's what we work hard in practice. Our guys are competitors. They have a super competitive coach. We're going to do whatever we can to prepare ourselves to win each and every ball game.
Okay, Coach, I think that's going to do it.